outcasts become best friends.
They gravitate towards each other.
Until their friendship ignites a deadly plot for revenge.
Just exploded. I would have never expected this.
Where's your emergency? Please help me. Please help me.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Okay, now who has a story that they want to share with us?
Megan Meier is outgoing with a loud, in-your-face attitude.
From early on, Megan was her own person. Goofy, funny, definitely a far out there type girl.
This girl had so much spunk. She was just kind of, I'm Megan Meier, I'm here to stay.
But her quirky and impulsive personality makes it difficult for her to make friends. That is, until she meets Sarah Drew in the 4th grade. Soon the girls become best friends.
They gravitate towards each other.
Like Megan, Sarah is also lonely and unpopular.
Sarah was so ridiculously shy. I mean, it was literally, if you said boo, the kid would have jumped and been startled.
She was just this really sweet girl, just so mild-mannered and quiet, and she was very soft-spoken.
For the next 3 years, they're joined at the hip.
Megan and Sarah would spend the night. They would go to a baseball game, or go to the movies, or go roller skating, or go ride bikes, or do different things. Sarah thought the world of Megan, and Megan was happy to have Sarah as a friend.
They'd hang out for a whole weekend, inseparable.
Megan and Sarah think they'll always be close. But little do they know, their friendship would have deadly consequences. It all starts in the 7th grade. Megan and Sarah are no longer just unpopular. Now, they're the target of extreme bullying.
People would definitely talk behind Sarah's back. They would be laughing and giggling and whispering.
Sarah keeps to herself and tries to fly under the radar to avoid being picked on. But Megan can't. Her loud and over-the-top personality attracts the attention of even more bullies.
They were more aggressive towards Megan.
Day in and day out, Megan is bullied without mercy.
They would comment about Megan's appearance, and they would call her a slut.
Megan, you're annoying. Megan, shut up.
She definitely put up a front that it didn't bother her. But deep down, it did bother her. It really does take a toll on her self-esteem.
When Megan would look in the mirror, she truly thought she was all of those things. She said, I hate myself, Mom. Everybody hates me.
Megan desperately tries to find a way out of her situation.
It was survival. It was trying to get this bullying to stop. So Megan came up with a plan.
And her plan is ambitious. Megan sets her sights on befriending the popular girls and joining the in crowd.
In her mind, she thought if she can befriend them, maybe these boys who were nice to those girls would stop making fun of her because she'd be included in that group.
She started to wear more name brand clothes. In the mornings and stuff before school, she'd freak out because she wouldn't have anything to wear, and her room was always a disaster because she'd try on 5,000 outfits and she'd put on a bunch of makeup.
Megan is willing to do anything to be accepted by the popular girls. She even tries to buy their friendship by giving them gifts and decorating their lockers on their birthdays.
Megan would have given them every single thing she owned if they just would have been friends with her.
It seems to work. When the popular girls begin to invite Megan to parties, she believes they've accepted her. Now, Megan is so busy with her new friends that she starts to ignore Sarah.
Sarah kind of felt that, well, why Why are you wanting to be friends with them? I'm your friend. But Megan felt Sarah would have held her back.
Sarah and Megan's relationship begins to suffer. Sarah resents being left behind by the newly popular Megan.
When Megan went to hang out with her, she'd like feel really hurt and like jealous.
She was so devastated, and I genuinely felt so bad for her. Things started to turn.
Soon, the girls become so angry and resentful with each other, they start to argue all the time.
One girl was having her feelings hurt, one girl was upset. When they were in an argument, opposite ends of the room.
Friends one day, not friends the next day.
I didn't. You're lying.
It gets so bad that Sarah's mother, Lori, calls Megan's mother, Tina, to try to salvage the relationship.
Lori was so involved with the friendship that it was overwhelming. I finally said, I can't make Megan want to be friends with her like you can't make Sarah want to be friends with Megan.
There's nothing anyone can do. And by the end of 7th grade, the friendship ends.
It was done over with.
Megan just kind of moved on, but Sarah felt abandoned.
Sarah was really hurt. I could only imagine losing someone that had been my best friend for so long.
But it's only the beginning. The rejection Sarah feels would set into motion a chain of events no one could have imagined.
I didn't think someone who had always appeared to be so nice be capable of doing something so horrendous.
Megan has just dumped Sarah, her best friend of 4 years, to get in with the popular girls at school.
Sarah viewed it as abandonment, where Megan kind of viewed it as moving on. She thought the popular girls could elevate her out of this bullying situation that she was going through.
But something unexpected happens. Megan's new popular friends dump her.
I mean, look at your like shoes and your hair.
One minute they were buddy-buddy, the next minute everyone turned on Megan and she was out. As fast as she was in.
Sarah feels secretly vindicated that Megan is now getting a taste of her own medicine.
Sarah just wanted Megan to feel the same way that she had.
But now that Megan is out of the in crowd, she's bullied worse than before, and she sees no hope of it ever stopping.
She cried in the mornings going to school, begging me, please do not make her go back.
Megan can't take it any longer and decides to transfer to a different school for 8th grade.
Then it was just this fresh start. Megan made these amazing, wonderful friends.
Although Sarah is still angry with Megan, she tries to make new friends too.
Sarah tried to just hang out with more people, and she replaced Megan.
Her new best friend is a girl named Jessica Mulford. Like Sarah, she has trouble making friends.
Sarah and Jessica were like two outcasts that became friends.
But even though Sarah has a new friend, she still hasn't gotten over what she considers Megan's betrayal. And her anger would soon boil over. One day at school, Megan hears a rumor that Sarah is talking trash about her on MySpace.
Megan was concerned that Sarah was saying things about her on MySpace.
A few days later, Sarah hears that Megan has retaliated online.
There was a rumor that was going around that Megan had called Sarah a lesbian.
The gossip goes back and forth in cyberspace, but the two girls never talk face to face. Soon after, Megan receives a MySpace friend request from a cute older boy named Josh Evans.
He was 16. He was like really cute, really hot, and she was so excited. Like she was always talking about him.
He started telling Megan that she was beautiful and just gave her that boost of self-esteem.
Megan and Josh talk every day. She confides in him all her feelings, even negative ones about girls she's angry with from her old school, including Sarah. Josh is always there to lend an ear, and over the next 5 weeks, their online relationship blossoms.
He told Megan they were boyfriend and girlfriend.
They haven't met in person yet, but like most kids their age, their cyber romance is as meaningful as any.
Megan had learned Te amo in Spanish, which is I love you. And so, they would say Te amo back and forth.
By Monday, October 16th, 2006, Megan has never been happier. She is finally free from bullying at school and in a wonderful relationship. Not only that, she's getting her braces off, and her 14th birthday party is coming up. Sarah is not on the guest list, but all her new friends are attending.
She's like, Mom, everybody's coming to the party. She found this birthday dress, this adorable black and white polka dot dress that she loved, and she was so excited she couldn't stand it.
But Sarah is still seething with anger that Megan dumped her in the first place. And unbeknownst to Megan, Sarah is plotting to make her pay.
Sarah felt that Megan on purpose was trying to hurt Sarah by not being friends with her anymore. Sarah wanted to hurt Megan.
After school that day, Megan logs into MySpace, and a message from Josh shatters her entire world.
She was like, what happened? Like, what did I do wrong?
She didn't know what to do, and she didn't know where to turn. Just exploded.
Sarah is secretly plotting revenge against her ex-best friend, Megan. Megan has no idea. She is now focused on Josh, her online boyfriend and absolute dream guy.
Megan finally has somebody who liked her and told her that she was beautiful. And she really was like a lot more upbeat.
But from such a high, Megan is dealt a sudden and unexpected blow. When on Monday, October 16th, 2006, she sees a devastating post on MySpace.
It was a message from Josh that said, I don't want to be friends with you anymore. You're not a nice person. No one likes you. No one wants to be friends with you.
Just like that, Josh breaks up with her.
And she was devastated.
Megan racks her brain to figure out what suddenly went so wrong after a perfect 5 weeks.
Why would he all of a sudden flip and change on her like that?
She was like bawling her eyes out. It really, really hurt her.
But things would only get worse for Megan when Josh turns other people against her too. He digs up Megan's earlier messages containing nasty comments about the popular girls from her old school. Then Josh forwards them to those girls.
Then he said, look what, she's saying things about you. And then they started attacking Megan.
The girls begin calling Megan names on MySpace for everyone to see. And it doesn't stop there. When other kids in town see what's being said, they get whipped into a frenzy and join in the cyberbullying.
Megan Myers fat. Megan Myers is not a good friend. She's a liar.
You're a bitch, you're a slut, you're a whore, telling me that no one liked her.
It's like her childhood bullying all over again. But this time, the barrage of vicious attacks catches her completely off guard.
All of a sudden, it started spiraling out of control. She was hysterical. Everybody at old school, everybody at her new school, and all these people now work against her.
It seems everyone has joined in. Everyone except Megan's ex-best friend Sarah, who mysteriously says nothing. But then the meanest and most devastating message of them all appears, and it comes from the person Megan once thought cared about her the most.
Josh said the world would be a better place without you and have the rest of your life. All of a sudden, I think for her it came crashing down.
That was just the cherry on top of everything else. There's so many emotions already spinning out of control, and then someone tells you that, you're better off dead. It's terrible.
That set her up. It made her think nobody likes me, nobody cares about me. I feel like I'm just alone. And she just lost it.
I knew she was upset. I knew it hurt her feelings. It was just not something that I even dreamed that Megan would have done.
Megan's online boyfriend Josh has just broken up with her and caused dozens of kids in town to publicly attack her on MySpace. Although her ex-best friend Sarah surprisingly doesn't join in, it seems everyone Megan knows is now cyberbullying her.
Just exploded. It was all for people saying all these horrible things about her.
It's all falling apart for Megan, and family and friends can't seem to help her.
Megan just panicked because she felt that everybody at her old school, everybody at her new school, they were going to start believing these things. She instantly saw that flashback to the bullying, and she was petrified of that happening again.
I just think she just hit her breaking point.
I was trying to just get her to kind of calm down, but it was just so overwhelming and so crushing for her that she looked at me crying and started to run up the stairs. Probably 20 minutes went by, and I just had this horrible feeling that ran through my body. I can't even explain it.
Tina races to Megan's bedroom and comes face to face with a mother's worst nightmare.
I screamed. My heart is pounding, like completely numb. The most horrible feeling.
Megan is hanging from a belt in the closet.
I ran over to try to lift her up. She was lifeless. Her dad ran upstairs and he got her down and was starting CPR. I'm running around the house literally screaming at the top of my lungs to the 911 operator.
What is your emergency? My daughter. Calm down. What is going on there? My daughter just hung herself. Please help me. Please help me.
I remember just like literally praying, like, please, I will do whatever. Please save her. Please help her.
But there's nothing anyone can do. Just 20 days shy of her 14th birthday, Megan Meier dies.
A complete part of me died. Along with her. Walking out of that hospital without your child. I mean, it's just, you can't even understand it. I still to this day look back and think, I just don't know how it happened.
Megan's ex-best friend Sarah finds out and seems to be in complete shock.
Sarah was grieving heavily over it. I remember her crying a lot.
Now, Megan's parents are desperate to understand the events leading up to Megan's suicide.
After Megan took her own life, I think I remember the question was why. I mean, it was why, and I would like literally scream it inside, why? Losing a child to suicide. I questioned myself 1,000,001 times.
Tina starts by questioning what happened with Josh. His relationship with Megan had started out so well. Hoping for answers, she decides to contact him on MySpace.
I remember looking on the computer and searching, looking for this Josh Evans account.
But Josh's entire account has been deleted.
All of a sudden, it just went away. How in the world did he just poof, disappear?
Megan's parents ask all of Megan's friends for information, but strangely, they can't find anyone who has ever met Josh in person.
What was going on? Why did all of this stuff happen?
Then, on November 25th, 2006, Tina gets shocking information from an unlikely source. The mother of Sarah's new best friend, Jessica.
She shook her head and started having tears roll down her face and said, I just need to tell you this Josh Evans account's fake.
There is no Josh Evans. Megan's boyfriend was made up by her ex-best friend Sarah, along with her mother Lori and Lori's work assistant Ashley Grills.
I would have never expected this if I didn't know, and I would have never believed it.
Incredibly, they had created the fictional Josh character to start a fake relationship with Megan.
I thought, how in the world, how could you do that to her? Why would somebody do that? And so I was filled with literally the most hatred and anger I've ever felt in my entire life, along with the most deeply saddened feeling, thinking Megan had no clue that they were fake. She had no idea. They knew that Megan was boy crazy.
Evil
It was
bitch.
absolutely a trap. And Megan walked right into it.
Once Megan cared about Josh, Sarah's plan for revenge was finally set in motion. They had him dump her so she would feel the same hurt and rejection that Sarah had.
It was a way for them to say, you didn't want to hang out with her, we're getting you back. But I don't think their original intention was Megan's going to take her own life.
Still, what happened to Megan had its roots in the cyber attack they had planned.
And I think for Lori, she was trying to defend her daughter. And for Sarah, I think she thought, since my mother is in on this too, it can't be that bad. I don't think anyone ever thought that it would come to this. What they did was irresponsible and unforgivable. But it's easy to see how someone could be so swept up in just so much emotion and so much anger that they don't foresee the consequences.
Although they didn't mean to drive Megan to suicide, ultimately, their actions did play a part. The Myers report the Drews' deadly deception to the authorities. Lori Drew is charged with violating the Federal Computer Fraud and Abuse Act.
We went to trial in November of 2008. The jury found Lori Drew guilty on 3 misdemeanors, which carried a year apiece. I absolutely wanted her to face every single day. This is justice.
But unfortunately for Megan's family, the conviction is later overturned. In the eyes of the law, it isn't illegal to make up a fictitious online account.
The judge had to convict anybody else who lied on the social networking sites. So unfortunately, there was nothing they could do.
As word of the case spreads, the community is up in arms.
Society itself was absolutely outraged, and they went at them with a vengeance. They closed her business down, bricks were thrown through their windows, people were hacking into their cell phones.
Sarah was more alienated than ever, and their life was just under a microscope. Everyone was so swept up in the media frenzy.
The Drews even received death threats. Sarah and her family ultimately move away. In 2007, Tina starts the Megan Meyer Foundation to tell children suicide is not the answer and raise awareness about how fatal bullying can be.
It's still something I deal with every day. But I don't think I'll ever find anybody that can take her spot.
And Megan was this amazing, wonderful girl with a great spirit. I feel so blessed to be a mom because some people don't have all of that through a lifetime, and I was able to get that with Megan for almost 14 years, so she was an amazing kid.
In this case, best friends Megan and Sarah were both victims of bullying, and in the end, to seek revenge, Sarah became a bully herself and helped push Megan over the edge.
There is definitely 2 sides to every story, and this story is unfortunately a tragic one.